Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Hope you guys are having a great day. So, two things I want to start off with. First off, thank you guys so much for all the support. We're almost about to hit 2,000 subscribers, which is insane. I'm so stoked. We're like less than 50 away. So yeah, part of this I'll have a live stream within the next 2 weeks. Hopefully, I'll see. It'll most likely be on a Saturday, but definitely I will give an update on when exactly that will be, so you guys will know I do have a good giveaway going on. It'll be a pretty big one, actually. It won't be the biggest I've done before, but it will be only during that live stream. So make sure you get there. But also, I was actually at a Kroger getting the gift cards for it, and I actually had my first unintentional fan meetup. So there was I don't know if I'm allowed to say their first. No, I can say the first name. I'm pretty sure, right? I hope so, at least. But anyway, this guy named Nick, and I think so. I'm not sure if he heard me or something, but he said Odin, and I think he was just walking past. He said Odin. I looked over. So yeah, it was actually pretty cool. I talked to him for 20 minutes or so. That was actually really lit. So yeah, I'm Nick. I'm pretty sure you're watching this. You're one of my older subscribers. So yeah, that was actually really cool. Completely unintentional. But also, the second thing is, if you want to be added to my group chats, please let me know. And then also, I know this is a long intro, but Facebook, I create a group called War Dragon Guides by Axone's Nemesis X. If you want to join it, feel free to do so. But either way, guys, getting into the video. Oh no. Okay. I'm going to be going over more runes, because a lot of people want to see runes. It's just something that this game, it used to be a really big part of the game. It's kind of lacking now, but it's still not too bad, right? It can still help your dragons out a lot more than some people would think or will say. So I want to go and start with today just the legendary dragons. Just the legendary dragons, because this is really what your focus is going to be on, right? Are these 5. So starting out with the best, if anyone says Rizar is not the best, they're lying to you, or they're stupid, because Rizar is definitely by far the best dragon in the tier. You have Cloak, you have Steel Essence, and then you have Galvanic Overload. Now, the issue that a lot of people think here is, okay, you only have runes for one of his spells, right? Because Galvanic Overload has no runes for it, and then also Steel Essence, there's not a Steel Essence rune. So I confirmed this by PG, confirmation, that yes, guys, now, by the way, runes will affect the spells that you get with Steel Essence, because again, guys, so for example, if you kill an Archer Tower, you will get Fireball, the Fireball spell. So if you put a Fireball rune on Rizar, it actually still affects that Steel Essence spell. So keep that in mind. So what I would suggest doing for Rizar is don't worry about can resist. It really isn't worth it. What's going to take higher priority are the Cloak and Steel Essence spells. Now, the main spells you're going to be wanting to get from Steel Essence are basically, I would say, roughly 3 things. You're going to be wanting to try to get Invert. Reverse projectiles. For me personally, Explosive Shield. A lot of people I know do that, but that's just me. And then also, if you can, Invincibility. Those 3 spells alone is really what's going to carry you a lot of time. So what I would suggest doing is getting 1 rune, putting on him for Cloak. Get 2 runes for Invincibility, and then 1 for Explosive Shield. Or you don't even have to worry about Explosive Shield, honestly. If you don't want to worry about it, that's fine. Some people like to use Explosive Shield, some people don't. If not, put 2 Cloak runes, 2 Invincibility runes, and then 1 Reverse Projectile rune. And that's it. It doesn't really matter whether they're glyphs or runes or whatever. That part doesn't matter. Really what you want to focus on is trying to buff those spells as you get them. So yeah, that's Rizar. Don't worry about can resist. It's not as important as the other ones. So the next spell, not breeding. We all know how to breed Rizar. If you don't, then you can search up War Dragon's Breeding Guide and that'll pop it right up. So this one, OwensBeast. Now, this is a limited dragon. Very few people have this one, because it is really specifically just to this account. But OwensBeast really is a pretty, I don't want to say bad dragon, but I got him to 12, so he's breedable, and then benched him. I just really never was able to use him that well. It might have just been me, but, whatever. So currently there are no runes for Seething Spark. He has Ballista Resist, which is useless. So the only 2 spells spell and resist, you're really going to be able to put runes on him for, is explosive shield and trebuchet resist. Now, the only reason why I'm skeptical about putting an explosive shield rune on this guy is because there's so many more divine dragons that are much better than he is, that will go up to now obsidian tier, that need explosive shield spells, right? So personally, what I would do here is maybe put 1 or 2 explosive shield runes, maybe a glyph, and then put 1 rage. Like, if you want to try to get into level 12, like during a breeding event to keep breeding, put wisdom on him. But a lot of people will be able to use this dragon. I just didn't, because I got Rizar, and then I almost immediately got a Nappa that same event. So for me personally, it just wasn't worth it to use him anymore. So that's him. It's kind of self-explanatory. You just put it on for his spells. Now Vulcan, again, literally the only rune that you can put on is invert. However, this guy is super good for XP runs. This guy can solo level 300, 180 million defense power bases, XP bases. Because of his spell combination, it just works really well. Because you have Frozen Tomb that will freeze everything, so basically a freeze spell, then also invert. So I see a lot of people building him specifically for XP runs, which I would suggest doing. If you want to, obviously. Now, the one thing is, the only spell that you can really put him on, only rune you can put him on is for invert. Make sure it is not a reverse projectile rune anymore, guys. Just make sure you don't. I see a lot of people asking, oh, can I put reverse projectile runes on Kelvin, on Nightshade? No. It has to specifically say invert runes, okay? But also, if you are building for XP runs and you really, if XP runs are really a top priority to you, put 4 rage. It could literally all be common rage now, because PG said all runes, no matter if they are the exact same stack. Which I didn't realize until someone was like, oh yeah, by the way, I asked PG, I think it was in one of my guide chats. It was from a reputable source, I think, I hope. Can't remember who said it, but yeah. So, apparently, don't quote me on that, but apparently that is the case. So, if you're really serious about it, put in 3 rage runes, 4 rage runes. It could all be common, just whatever you can do to increase his rage generation for those XP runs. Because it'll help level up your other dragons and other teammates' dragons. So, next one is Vulcan. Now, Vulcan is a decent dragon. He's decent. The only issue is that no runes except for archer resist work on this guy. Because a lot of people are like, oh, I'll put fireball runes on him. PG says, JK. Because it's Divine Fireball, which is good. It's a better spell. It's just 2 rage instead of 3. But there are absolutely no runes that this guy can use. So just keep that in mind when you're trying to build him. You just can't really put any runes on him except for archer resist. Vulcan is, again, he's a very good dragon. Don't discredit him. He's very useful. He's just not as good as Kelvin or any of those. So for him, honestly, archer resist, maybe wisdom, maybe rage, but I would not focus anything. Like, you could put no runes on him, and that's fine. Because you're not going to be using him too long. Now, Quet. Okay. You have Wind Wall, which, Wind Wall is okay, right? It's an okay spell. There's better ones like Explosive Shield. People say that Kaiju's a little bit better than Quet. Now, especially with all the additions to beams. Quet's used to be the best dragon other than Rizar in this tier. However, with the addition of Fire Turrets, this was a long time. I came to the game before Fire and Ice Turrets were even in the game. Actually, I think they came into the game 2 weeks, a week or 2 weeks. I remember because as soon as I got the game, it's like, oh, this new building came out. So, yeah, or maybe it was actually a little long, I can't remember. But yeah, so for him personally, I would put whatever Wind Walls runes you want. Don't waste lightning resist runes on him. Do not. There's better dragons that have lightning resist that you'll want to put him on. So don't put like some, oh dang, oh, see, OwensBeast, it changes form, guys. It's a hybrid. Anyway, so yeah, so don't put any lightning resist runes unless you're like OP, you know, kind of like me, right? Because I'm obviously OP at the game. And you can put them on if you want, right? I would not suggest it personally, but it's kind of up to you what you want to do. Just put wind wall runes on him, wind wall, and again, like always, rage and wisdom if you would prefer. Yeah, that's about it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, leave a like down below. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, which is a good amount of people because this channel is growing very, very quickly, which I'm really excited about to see how far this channel can go in the future. You know, 2,000. Hey, I remember I hit 1,000. I was like, okay, it's going to be like 6 months till I hit 2K. Oh, nope, it's just been 3. So yeah, I mean, who knows, guys? Who knows? But either way, guys, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.